So today we're going to be going over 5 fragrances that you should not buy. I think you should avoid these at all costs, but I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to give you some really good alternatives to each of these. And I'll just kind of give you my opinion on why I think you should buy these other ones instead of these. We live in a world full of flankers, right? So you have options, you have choices. You really don't have to buy every single release that is out there, especially within these lines that have, 8, 10 plus fragrances, right? It's a lot to choose from. You might not need all of those. Now, this first one, while it might not have 8 or 10 active releases, right? There's definitely been more than that total, right? Over the years, there have been so many releases within this line. A lot of them can be summer editions or whatever, but this one here is one that I never have liked. I don't know why. I just haven't. Davidoff Cool Water Reborn. It's an eau de toilette. I think there are many better options out there than this one. Now this has galbanum, rosemary, vetiver. On paper, it looks like it might be pretty good. I just think if you're gonna be spending the money on a cool water, you should go for something like Cool Water Parfum instead, or Cool Water Grapefruit and Sage. That would be another great option. Grapefruit and Sage, it usually comes in for like $20 100 ml, pretty much dirt cheap. That's cheaper than Reborn, cheaper than the Parfum as well. The Parfum is a little bit more expensive, but to me, it's well worth the cost increase. It's a Parfum concentration, not an eau de toilette, so it has better performance, has just a better blend and quality. I think it's more wearable. I don't pick up on the notes that are really listed off here to the extent that I would like to in Cool Water Reborn. It's not as interesting and unique as I would want it to be, given that the note breakdown is a little bit different. So I think there are better options out there. Don't get Reborn, get Parfum or Grapefruit and Sage or Cool Water Wave or something instead. That's just my opinion. Next up, going over to yet another line that has been growing and growing and growing, and there have been many summer editions within this lineup as well. But, Azzaro Chrome Eau de Parfum never has been my favorite, and there are a few Chrome releases that I love. This has never been one that I have. This one's got lavender, pine, and mandarin. I really want to like it. The note breakdown looks great. I love pine, as a note in men's fragrances. It usually works really well. I don't pick up on it a ton here. So instead, I feel much better about going with something like Chrome Parfum or also Chrome Extreme. To me, I think every guy should have a bottle of Azzaro Chrome Parfum and Azzaro Chrome Extreme. They are not redundant in the slightest, and they are both phenomenal for the price. Chrome Extreme right now is a little bit more affordable just because it's been out for much longer. Like that came out in 2020, something around that time frame. Chrome Parfum is still new as of the past year or two, right? So a little bit of a difference in price, but they're both fantastic. Chrome Extreme smells a bit like Acquaggio Profondo. Chrome Parfum is more of an original release. It uses some orange as well, but it's also using a lot of aromatics like a sage, lavender, geranium, that sort of thing. But it has more of a richness to it. The Eau de Parfum here just doesn't really have the same type of magic and quality and appeal that the other two have. At least for me. This one is one that I've never been able to get behind, and it's collected dust, legitimately. I dusted off the top of it before I featured it just to try to clean it up a little bit because the bottle's filthy. I mean, I never pick it up. It's not all that fun. Next up, we're gonna go over to Dunhill. Dunhill Icon in particular. It started off with an amazing scent, super unique, and then they had a few questionable releases, right? One of those is Dunhill Icon Racing. Now I get it, as far as every brand needing some sort of compliment beast, mass pleasing scent, I get that. It makes sense to me, right? And I don't discredit them for putting this out. I don't think less of Dunhill. It's not like that, that's cool. There are gonna be people who like this one, and that's, good. I'm glad that some people do. And to be fair, I don't think that it smells bad. I just think as far as compliment pulling based scents go, there are better options out there for this price. And even if you wanted to spend a little bit more, you could get options that are a lot better, that perform better, that even pull more compliments. You know, this one's got grapefruit, orange blossom, musk, kind of your run-of-the-mill standard items. And there's nothing wrong with how it smells. Again, it smells fine, but there are better options. I think you would be so much better off spending your money on the original Dunhill Icon. Actually, you'd be spending a bit less money on this. It's typically a little bit more affordable. Again, it's the first in the line. You know, it's been out the longest. Such a unique neroli, ginger, musky, citrusy scent. It's phenomenal for springtime, and it has such a classy and expensive smell to it, even though it's I don't know, $35, $40, maybe even a bit less. And you've heard it before, and it is true. The opening does smell like grape soda, and it's the best thing ever. You know, show this to anybody. Say, hey, I have something that smells like grape soda. It's a cologne. They'd be like, no, you don't. You know, how's that? That's weird. You spray this up in the air and you have them smell it, they're going to pick up on it. It's really distinct, and it just, the opening alone makes this one worth a purchase just to experience that. But you'll find the more you wear it, the more you realize how versatile it is, especially for an everyday work scent or school scent or whatever. Get Dunhill Icon. I think Dunhill Icon Racing, while the green bottle looks cool and has a cool name, it's more of a collector's piece. You get more wearing and a lot more satisfaction out of the original. Going over to Dolce & Gabbana up next. You know, typically I've got no issues with Dolce & Gabbana. I, for the most part, love all of their fragrances, not only in the One lineup, but also, you know, the light blue lineup. There's actually, yeah, there have been a couple light blues that I have not liked, but, you know, they redeem themselves with light blue forever, light blue Italian love. You know, even their old limited edition like Discover Volcano and what is it? There's a couple more that I'm missing. Beauty and Capri and one or two more. Slipping my mind, but those really good. But yeah, this lineup here, I never have liked it. Dolce & Gabbana K, Eau de Parfum, or Eau de Toilette. I think that you could spend less money and get something that is similar to this, but way, way better. You know, I think this just isn't all that appealing to a lot of people, right? It has a fig note, which can sometimes throw things off a little bit. I don't always like it. It depends on how it's used. In this case here, it's one that I don't enjoy. I think Rocus L'Homme is a far superior fragrance for less money. I mean, this one is dipped into, what is it? I think I've seen it in the upper 20s before for testers, and then your mid 30s for full presentation. And I have to double check. I don't know if the tester situation comes with a cap or not. I don't know. Can't remember. But regardless, it's more affordable, and to me, it is better. Now, Dolce & Gabbana K, Eau de Parfum, has blood orange, fig, juniper berries. This one also has the blood orange and the juniper berries. It has no fig, and it's a bit more smooth, has a bit more of a kind of a woodiness to it, and also has a bit more of a premium classy smell to it, where I think Dolce & Gabbana K goes a little bit more in the relaxed kind of younger direction, so to speak. I think this one is the way to go. Rocus L'Homme. The last up for this video, this one's pretty easy. You know, it's kind of been the case with a few of these here. You know, again, flankers. They can be big improvements. Spice Bomb Infrared Eau de Toilette. I like how it smells, you know. It smells great. Has red fruits, cinnamon, and tobacco. It smells quite a bit like the original Spice Bomb Eau de Toilette, but the red fruits give it a fruity sweetness that was non-existent in the original. I wouldn't say to buy this. To me, I would put your money into Spice Bomb Infrared Eau de Parfum instead. So yeah, again guys, not everybody wants to own every bottle, right? Not everybody has the money or has the desire to buy every single release, you know? So to me, it would make sense to put it out there that I think the Eau de Parfum is better than the Eau de Toilette, and that I would get this one instead. Now this one has kind of a chili pepper note. It kind of amps up the spiciness a little bit, but that also means it turns it away from the original Spice Bomb a bit more. That was one of the main complaints with the Eau de Toilette, is that it was very, very close to the eau de toilette of the original Spice Bomb. Some people said, oh, it's identical. I wouldn't go that far, but yes, infrared eau de toilette, Spice Bomb, eau de toilette, original, the OG, pretty similar. Now the eau de parfum is maintaining this DNA and just amping it up a little bit, so guilt by association, it's a little bit similar to Spice Bomb eau de toilette as well, but not as much. I think this one gets you a little bit further away from that, and it makes it more of a worthwhile purchase, and it lowers that redundancy aspect a little bit. I think it's a great release. I really like it. Spice Bomb Infrared Eau de Parfum. I feel like it would only make sense that they come out with a parfum. Maybe they'll toss in some rum or something, or maybe they'll go and put some iris into it or something. You know, just recently Spice Bomb Dark Leather was announced. I can't wait to try that. So they're putting leather into that. But I would like to see an infrared parfum. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do it for me. 5 fragrances you shouldn't buy, but then some alternatives to look into instead. With so many things to choose from out there, sometimes it's best to know when to say no. I'm not gonna get that because there are better things, and I don't need to have every single bottle to complete my collection. And I'm guilty of that. I am a completionist collector. I feel like once I get into something, you know, any hobby, I just go down the rabbit hole and then I have to have every single thing. It is frightening. So don't do that. You could save a lot of money by just going for these the first time instead of these other ones. I will link them all down below so you can pick them up if you want, whatever you think. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.